This is so cute. I love this. We're going to learn how to make a pumpkin spice latte. Look how cute this is. Hi, welcome to DBHandmades. My name is Danielle, and today we're actually going to do a free pattern and video tutorial for the pumpkin spice latte. And again, this is my pattern that I'm willing to share with you guys. So get excited, get into your cozy fall vibes, and let us make ourselves a pumpkin spice latte. So here are the materials for the pumpkin spice latte. Here is the K&C Essential Cotton yarn in the color Joshua Tree. Hobby Lobby's I Love This Cotton in white. Hobie's Rainbow Cotton in 8/8 thickness, which is also a thicker DK weighted yarn in the color green. And Lion Brand's 24/7 cotton in the color black. And this is actually remnants of Lion Brand's basic stitch, and that's going to be for the pumpkin. And that was 100% anti-pilling acrylic. If you're going to do a face, then you're going to need some safety eyes. This kit gives you a variety of sizes so you can see which one you like best. You're going to need a 3.25mm or size D crochet hook. You're going to need a tapestry needle, and then you're going to need stitch markers. That's it. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with the bottom of our cup, and we're going to do a magic circle, which is chain 2 and do 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. And also I want to mention that we're going to be using the yarn under method, so we'll create little X stitches or what looks like X stitches. I find that those look a little bit more professional. And they also create a tighter stitch. And then we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch. Put our stitch marker into the last stitch. All right, now that we placed our stitch marker, we can begin round 2. All right, now chain 1 and do an increasing single crochet into the first stitch. Do 5 more increasing single crochets all the way around until you have 12 stitches all the way around. Then you will do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 3, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet into the first stitch, followed by an increasing single crochet into the second stitch. Repeat that sequence of single crochet followed by an increasing single crochet all the way around until you have a total of 18 stitches. And then you will do a slip stitch into the first stitch. For round number 4, we're going to chain 1 and then single crochet into the first stitch, followed by an increasing single crochet. Then repeat the sequence of 2 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Repeat this 4 more times all the way around until you have 1 stitch left where you will do a single crochet, and then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. You will have a total of 24 stitches all the way around. Round number 5, we're going to do chain 1 and then repeat the sequence of 3 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet, Make sure to do this 5 more times all the way around until you have a total of 30 stitches, and then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 6, we're going to chain 1 and do 2 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Now repeat the sequence of 4 single crochets, increasing single crochet. Repeat that 4 more times until you have 2 stitches left, where then you will do 2 single crochets, followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure you have 36 stitches all the way around. For round number 7, we're going to chain 1, and we're going to repeat the sequence of 5 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. And again, repeat this 5 more times all the way around until you have a total of 42 stitches, and make sure you slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 8, we're going to work in the back loops only. So chain 1 and single crochet into the first stitch, and we're going to do 41 more single crochets all the way around, well, for a total of 42 stitches. And then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. For round number 9, we're going to go back to crocheting through both loops. So chain 1 and single crochet into the first stitch, and we're actually going to keep doing single crochets all the way around for a total of 42 stitches, and make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 10, we're going to do chain 1 and 3 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. And now repeat the sequence of 6 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. We're going to repeat that sequence 5 times all the way around until you have 3 stitches left, where then you'll do 3 single crochets, followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure that you have a total of 48 stitches all the way around. For rounds 11 and 12, we're going to chain 1 and single crochet, and keep single crocheting in every single stitch all the way around for a total of 48 stitches, followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 13, we're going to chain 1 and then repeat the following sequence of 7 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Repeat the sequence of 7 single crochets followed by an increasing single crochet all the way around until you have a total of 54 stitches, and then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round 14, chain 1 and single crochet into the first stitch, followed by another single crochet, and make sure to single crochet all the way around until you have a total of 54 stitches, and then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch here. Round number 15, we're going to chain 1 and do 7 single crochets in a row, followed by a decreasing single crochet. Repeat the sequence of 7 single crochets followed by a decreasing single crochet 5 more times for a total of 48 stitches. Make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 16, chain 1 and single crochet in the first stitch, and single crochet in the next 47 stitches. Make sure to have 48 stitches all the way around, and then slip stitch into the first stitch. Round 17, chain 1 and do 3 single crochets. Then do a decreasing single crochet. And then repeat the sequence of 6 single crochets, followed by a decreasing single crochet. We're going to repeat that sequence 5 times all the way around until you have 3 stitches left, where you will do 3 single crochets, followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure that you have a total of 42 stitches all the way around. Round number 18, chain 1 and do a single crochet in the first stitch, followed by another single crochet. So we're actually going to do single crochets all the way around until you have a total of 42 single crochets, and then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Round number 19, chain 1 and do 5 single crochets, followed by a decreasing single crochet. Make sure to repeat the sequence 5 more times all the way around until you have a total of 36 stitches. And then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. For round number 20, which is the last round for this cup, we're going to do chain 2 and then yarn over, and we're going to do a half double crochet into the first stitch, and then do 4 more half double crochets, followed by an increasing half double crochet in the next stitch. Then repeat the sequence of 4 half double crochets, followed by an increasing crochet until you have the last stitch, which then you will do an increasing half double crochet, and then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure that round 20 has 44 stitches all the way around. So we're going to start off the handle by doing chain 14, and then I'm going to single crochet in each of the back bumps here. Going to single crochet all the way across for a total of 13 single crochets, and then make sure to chain 1 and turn your work. Okay, chain 1 and turn, and then from rows 2 to 4 we're going to single crochet into the second stitch, because our chain 1 counts as the first single crochet. So we're going to single crochet all the way across, and then we're going to chain 1 and turn. We're going to fold the handle in half, we're going to chain 1 and through the front loop this side, and then we're going to do the back loop of this side, and we're going to do a slip stitch. Again, we're going to do front loop on this side, back loop on the other side, yarn over, and then pull through and do a slip stitch. So we're making the handle, and continue to do a slip stitch into this front stitch and this back stitch all the way across. And then we're going to take our embroidery, our tapestry needles, and sew our handle to the mug. So I've made it to the end of my handle, and so I'm going to chain 1 and then cut a long tail for sewing, like a very long tail, because I'm also going to use this to sew the whipped cream on later. Well, I am going to put in some safety eyes, and I'm going to do it in between rows 14 and 15. So if I do a smile, I could do that, okay? So since I like where the eyes are, I'm gonna now secure them. Now they are nice and secure. Awesome. And then now I'm going to do a little smile. I think that's pretty darn cute. And I'm gonna do some eyebrows. This is completely optional. You do not need to do this. I just felt like this is what I really wanted to do with my mug today. He's pretty darn cute. He's pretty happy that it's pumpkin spice season. We take our white yarn and we're gonna do the whipped cream. So chain 2, and we're gonna do a magic circle. So that is going to be 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. And we're actually gonna work in continuous rounds with our whipped cream instead of slip stitching and chaining 1. A stitch marker into the last stitch and continue on to the second round. Round number 2, we're going to do an increasing single crochet in each stitch, which means you should have a total of 12 stitches all the way around. Rounds 3 to 4, we're going to do 12 single crochets all the way around. For round number 5, we're going to do a half double crochet, another half double crochet, then we're going to do 4 double crochets, 2 half double crochets, and then followed by 4 single crochets. And you're going to repeat this for 19 more rows. It's going to curl in on itself. And then we're going to slowly decrease our rounds for a more pointed look for our whipped cream. But I will show you as I make my whipped cream how I lightly fill it, or how I lightly stuff it. Round number 25, we're going to yarn over and do a decreasing half double crochet, followed by a double crochet, a decreasing double crochet, a double crochet, a decreasing half double crochet, and then a decreasing single crochet. Just a single crochet, decreasing single crochet, followed by a single crochet in the last stitch. Just keep lightly stuffing as you go. Round number 26, going to yarn over and half double crochet, and 3 double crochets, then a half double crochet, followed by 3 single crochets. Round number 27, we're going to do 8 single crochets all the way around. For round number 28, we're going to do 2 single crochets followed by a decreasing single crochet, and repeat that one more time for a total of 6 stitches all the way around. For round number 29, we're going to do 6 single crochets all the way around for a total of 6 stitches. Now for the final round, round number 30, we're going to do 3 decreasing single crochets all the way around for a total of 3 stitches. And then make sure that when you're done, you're going to cut off a long tail for sewing, like a really long tail. So now we have our little whipped cream made. So what I did at the end was I actually did chain 1, so then there's a little bit of a pointiness to the whipped cream. Now we're going to actually, I know it looks like poop. I know, but we're gonna get past that. We're actually going to now kind of squish it together, fill in the gaps so that nothing is showing on top, and we're going to take our yarn here, so from the top crack all the way down the spiral so that it stays in place. I'll hopefully be able to show you that. Hopefully it comes up on camera. So here's the tip of our little whipped cream here. I'm actually going to take my needle here and sew through the top portion, and we're not going to pull too tightly because we don't want our whipped cream to just come in on itself. We do still want there to be a little bit of a pointy feature to it. Doing this again, making sure it doesn't wrap around because I know it's going to be a very long piece of yarn. Also, what I would advise to do is make sure that your whipped cream is going to fit into your cup. So just, you know, every once in a while, just make sure that you do something like this. Well, how cute is that? Just make sure it fits. Ooh, perfect. Oh my gosh, that's so freaking cute. All right, now we are ready to sew the whipped cream on. As you sew on the whipped cream, I would say to stuff it a little bit more. Oh, how adorable. We're actually going to use the leftover yarn from our mug to sew on our whipped cream so that there's no white yarn showing up on the outside. So this is what our little pumpkin spice latte looks like so far. Now you can certainly choose to stop here, and I mean that's perfectly fine. He looks like a little cute latte, absolutely adorable, especially in my favorite colors. Oh my gosh. but I think that since we're doing a pumpkin spice latte, that I really want to add the little pumpkin accessory for the pumpkin spice season, of course. Here we're about to make our little pumpkin. I'm gonna take my burnt orange yarn and I'm gonna make a magic circle, which is chain 2, and do 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. And then, so before you move on, make sure you have 6 single crochets and then do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Do chain 2 and do a half double crochet into the first stitch. In the next stitch, do an increasing double crochet, in stitch number 3 we're going to do a half double crochet, chain 1, slip stitch down the side of the half double crochet, including the same stitch as the half double crochet. Then do a slip stitch into the next stitch and the next stitch. So I guess I'm trying to say do a slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. Then chain 2 and do a half double crochet into this same stitch. And the next stitch you're going to do an increasing double crochet. Then you're going to do a half double crochet, chain 1, and then slip stitch down the side of the half double crochet. Including the very same stitch as the half double crochet. Then cut off a long tail for sewing and pull our yarn through our slip stitch. I'm going to do this as the top because then this leaves me more room to sew on the green for our little stem. All right, last part, we're going to do the stem. All right. I believe that is it. And there's your little pumpkin. Now I'm just gonna weave in the ends and double and triple knot everything, and we should be good to go. I now present to you our finalized pumpkin spice. It's so cute. So now you'll get to see which one you like better. I had enough hindsight to remember to put eyes in first. I might even put just hashtag PSL on this side. I think I'll do that. But I think it's kind of hilarious to see how many different color variations has come out of this skein of yarn, because I even made a third, well, I'm in the process of making a third one, and it's even a different color than that. Like, it starts out blue, comes up with the green, and then ends with the orange. This might even be my favorite fall variation, so to speak. But yeah, look at it. It's so cool that when you work with these variegated types of yarns, how different your mugs might even turn out, which is really cool. Now, if you are someone who really craves color control and wants something a little bit more, you're not all for the surprise, then just start on the outside of the skein instead of the middle like I did. So thank you so much for joining me today in making our pumpkin spice lattes. If you really enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you loved my yarny shenanigans when creating this pattern and sharing it with you guys. Go ahead and click subscribe, and until next time, stay safe, happy, and healthy, and have a great day. Bye!